I don't know what good thoughts are if there's no one there to hear them, or if there's no one there to be reciprocal of those thoughts or give feedback from those thoughts. So, as pointless as this might be, or I might feel like this is to record this or say this, I think what's bothered me the most in this past week is maybe it's the seeing what I saw. Maybe it's seeing that video, the close-up video. I know that's a big part of it that shook me, but I think the worst is, and by now you probably already know what I'm going to say, possibly, but it's just the response from certain people. I'm not even going to say one side or the other, because we're not even. You can take the politics out of it. It's just, for lack of a better word, evil. And some of you say, "Oh, it is evil," and it is. But to have such an apathy for another human life just floors me. And to go beyond that, more than apathy, it's disdain, it's indifference, it's utterly disgusting. If you haven't seen the Charleston White clip, you should watch it. I thought half the guy's stuff was just a stick, kind of a, just his thing, kind of like Theo Von and how he carries himself. I know that he has shock value in things he says. Charleston, I'm talking about. So, that's how he's made his career, right? And I've found myself laughing at some of his stuff and being entertained by a certain clip or whatever. But to hear what he said tonight, and to know, it's not even about him or whoever, but just to know that another human being hates and doesn't care about another human being so much that they would say it out loud. Bro, I can't even imagine thinking these things. Like, if I truly felt this way, I would want to take myself out of this world. Like, how could I be so evil? I mean, it's mind blowing. So I think you know what, guys? I'm not even mad. I'm just sad. It's like what it's done to me this week to read the comments of some people and to see the videos of some people. It's not, I don't even think the celebrating even bothers me as much, because the celebrating, when you see somebody celebrating something like that, you immediately think, well, they're insane. Like, what is going on in their head? But it's beyond that. The people they're celebrating, it's the people that are celebrating, and then they're adding to that. Yeah, he was nothing. He stood for hate. Hate, he just spewed hate speech, and I don't care anything about him. The Charleston White video I don't know why it got to me so much to just hear what I heard. I don't know, man. And there's probably been some worse, but that's the worst one I've seen and heard, I think. But anyway, I'm just sad, guys. I think the biggest thing, I think this pretty much sums it up, and I probably could have just said this and made a 10-second clip. But I feel like before this week and for the rest, and for the previous few years, I guess I would say, I just had this sense that humanity was good. Like, everybody at heart had some goodness in them. And I don't believe that anymore as a blanket statement, after things I've heard this week. I just can't even fathom that people I can't even. I mean, I'm speechless, guys. I mean, I'm just horrified by what I've read and seen and heard. So I don't know what's next. I'm scared for my children. You know, I've got two boys, one 11, one 13, and I'm outside. I've taken the dog out, but I'm scared of what world they're going to grow up in. And I'm sure my parents probably said the same thing, and their parents probably said the same thing. That's the way it works. Whether the world actually continues to get worse, or we just think it is, I don't know. Because each generation seems to do fine, survive, and it's just different times. Times are different. You've always heard people say that, but truly, it's a scary time right now because this could turn into civil war. Probably not. It's probably a stretch. Or it is a stretch, I'm sure, but it feels like civil war in the hearts of Americans. When you see another person of a different party, or I don't know. You can't visually assume anything from what you see, but you know what I'm saying. If somebody is wearing a T-shirt, and they're on the extreme left or whatever, and I don't know, like when I see that person, my first thought is empathy. I'm going to see, even if I disagree with that person, if I have a conversation with them for 30 seconds, let's just say a couple minutes, I can find something about them that I can relate to or understand in their line of thinking. That's just my nature. And I guess if you are a certain way, I guess you expect to see bits of that in other people. And I guess most of the time we do, and that's how we relate to other people. But when you see people that are so far from your thinking, I just can't grasp. I still can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. I don't understand it. And I'm trying to understand. I try to understand other people. I try to find a common ground and a thread that I can understand and say, hey, at least we can agree on this, and we can disagree on whatever else. That's fine, but at least we can have a conversation. And I don't know. I worry about my loved ones, the people I love and the people I care about, my family and my children and my wife. If I'm not here to teach them or prepare them for things that I've seen and heard and what might be to come and what they need to watch out for and how they need to protect themselves, then what? Who's going to? And after seeing what I've seen this week, when a man can be shot in cold blood and a small percentage of the world, but still a lot of people, guys, let's be honest, a lot of people could look at that and not even care. And it feels a little cold even when you hear somebody say, well, I gotta be honest, I don't think he deserved to die, but I can't say I'm really saddened by his death. Like, you're like, oh, God, like, even to hear somebody say that bothers me. I mean, they're just being honest. I suppose I wouldn't be, as bothered by, the world we live in, people die every day, and we see it, and we read it, and then we flush the toilet, and we get up. Right? I mean, in our hearts, I try to acknowledge it. And then I immediately feel crappy because I know that I'm going to forget about it. I know that I'm going to move on and go about my day. But yeah, we have to live our lives too. So I don't know, man. But I try to consider other people because I genuinely have a love for other people. And I hope my boys have that. I hope that they cherish that. And I hope, I hope that despite of everything that's happened this week and everything I've said here, I hope that they don't lose that heart or if they have it, I hope they have that heart, but I hope that they don't lose that desire and hope in other people. Because I pray that what I've seen this week won't change that in me. Have a good one, guys.